I love using Kittl, and in this video I'm going to walk through 3 tips on how you can make better t-shirt designs. Tip number 1 is about sizing or resizing your images. Kittl's awesome. I'm going to scroll on down and I'm going to pick one of these many awesome templates here, and I'm going to check out this one here. It's called Nautilus. So I'm going to click on it and it says use this design. I'm going to click up here. Here I've got my template open. I'm going to be using this kind of as is. So I'm going to click here on the top right, settings, and I'm going to see that the settings here, it says 1600 pixels wide by 2000 pixels tall. You can also change this to say inches or millimeters. I'm just going to leave it in pixels. Now, what is the size of a t-shirt for Merch by Amazon? Anyone? It's 4500 by 5400. So if I type in 4500 times 5400 and I click confirm, it's now going to change the template size to be the size of a Merch by Amazon t-shirt, but you'll notice the design itself did not change. You can easily fix this. Just do Control A, which selects everything, and there's a lot in this. Grab the corner and just start dragging. And you can make the design now quite a bit bigger. I can move all of it because I've selected all of it, and I can move it so that it's in the middle of the design. Now you want to be careful here, because if I were to click the middle button, which is to center it, you'll notice it all changed inside. So I'm going to do Control Z. If you want to move it into the middle and then center it exactly, you'd need to right click and then group, and now you can center it, and it will not move individually because everything is acting as if it's one picture. Now I can select it again. Everything will be selected because I've grouped it. I can then right click and I can go ungroup. And now I could select any individual piece and move it around as needed. Another tip about sizing is if you're going to create a new project from scratch. So in that case, I'm going to go here to the top right. I'm going to click on New Project. And it's going to ask me for these artboard presets. I have to be honest, I don't use these a lot. What I do instead is I just go here to the top right and I type in my width and my height. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to go 4500 width by 5400 height, and you'll see here the pixel size says 72 pixels. You can leave this as 72 if you have, because this is a graphics design program, it's going to eat up a lot of bandwidth if you go 300 dots per inch. If you don't have a powerful computer, now when you start adding in elements, you may notice that it might take a while to load in because you're working on such a large palette. Another way you could do this that's easier is when you first start out, right here at the top right, when you click New Project, still do the width and the height, but just leave it as 72 pixels, and then click Create. You're not really going to notice a difference as you're creating, but when it comes time to extract that to a t-shirt design, you can simply click the Download button, and then you can change this now to 300. It'll actually populate the width and the height. It'll make it quite a bit bigger, and that's fine because now you just click Optimize Quality, and then you can save it as a JPEG or a PNG. All right, tip number 2 is about text specifically. So I'm going to click on this Shenanigans Squad, and you might think that I'm just going to start talking about all the features in Kittl, and there's a lot of text features. I'm actually not going to do that because look, anybody could just create text. I'm going to click the text button, and I'm going to click Add Headline, and then over here, I'm going to make this a bit bigger. You know, the typical tip would be, go through here and select the text settings or, monkey around with the different text. But I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to delete out the headline. I'm not going to use it at all. And my tip is this. Pick an existing design where you really like the text. So up here at the top, Shenanigans, I'm going to click on that and then see what's already been checked off. So you can see here, that's the text they're using, partisan. This over here, ligatures. If I click on the A with the plus on it, you'll see the shading has been selected, it's been turned on, and you'll see the type of offset and angle. You're basically reverse engineering how this looks. So you'll notice, for example, when I click on Shenanigans, you'll see that there is an arch selected here at the bottom. When I select Squad, there is no arch selected at the bottom. So you can see, oh, okay, this is how they did that versus this piece at the bottom. So I highly recommend scrolling through the many, many hundreds of templates that are available. Pick something that you really like and say, wow, that looks really good text. How did they do that? And then simply click on the text and then see what they've selected. And remember, there's 2 tabs here at the top. There's text settings, but then there's also this little A with a plus on it. And you can see if anything here has been toggled on, and if so, what are the actual specifications. It's a nice little hack. And as we jump into the third tip, I'm hoping you see the value of Kittl. If you have not signed up for Kittl, I highly recommend that you do. Kittl is free to try, and I've got a link in the video description below. Give it a shot. It is an affiliate link, and that just means if you click on the link and you wind up purchasing the subscription, I would receive a small commission. I use Kittl a lot for Displate, Redbubble, TeePublic, merch by Amazon. It's really fast, and you can create a lot of professional looking designs in a very small amount of time because your time is valuable. Okay, tip number 3 is all about color. Color really makes a design. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick a design here, this DJ skull. This is pretty good. I'm going to click use this design. So what you can do here is you can click in the design anywhere. So if you click the background, it's going to say background color is black, and you can change the background color if you want. Okay, we kind of all know that if you've been using Kittl for a while. The next level tip here is down at the bottom, you're going to see these project colors. It's going to expand as I highlight them. And right on the right-hand side, you're going to see this little button here. What is that? There's actually a button here that's palettes. So as I hover over these different palettes, you'll see the design instantly changes. It's changing all the colors inside the design to match what's in the complementary color palette. So you've got complementary colors, contrasting colors. These are like color swatches like you'd buy at the Home Depot or the paint store, and this gives you a really cool overview. You can instantly change the look and feel of your design. So I highly recommend going through this. Even if you like the original color, run through these really quick because you may get some creative inspiration. And the tips for colors apply to the individual elements. So on the left-hand side, you're going to see an elements button. When I click on that, you can import predefined shapes, ornaments, illustrations, and abstract. So I'm actually going to type here at the top, I'm going to type in cat. I'm going to get back a whole bunch of different cat designs. I'm going to pick this guy right here, this angry raccoon. He's kind of like a cat. Going to make him a bit bigger. And now you've got one design sitting in your template. Again, I'm going to go down to the bottom and I'm going to select the palettes button, and you can see the palettes now instantly change all of the colors. So that's an idea as well. Another quick little tip is if you click on the actual image, and let's say you wanted to make the eyebrows the same color as the outside, which is kind of a purple. Well, we know that the eyebrows are that white color. So what you can do is you can select the white color. Now, how do you select the purple color? Well, you can monkey around inside the color palette, or you can just go right here to the document colors. They're already predefined. I'm going to click the purple, and we can see now the purple shows up. If I were to change it to a different color, I'm going to use green, for example, because it's nowhere in the design. I'm going to pick a bright green. You'll see it instantly adds into the document colors. So this document colors updates in real time. And that's a really nice feature because you don't need to constantly worry about hex codes and how things work. Just simply click, pick the color, change the color, and spend more time designing and less time fiddling around with settings in really complicated design programs. This thing is easy, intuitive, and a ton of fun. One little bonus tip here, just as we wrap up, if you go to the top, there's a challenges tab too. And you can click on current challenges and you can just see what's up because there's like a greeting card challenge. There's a $175 prize. So don't forget about the challenges at the top. It's a really fun way that you can really kind of get your creative juices flowing and challenge yourself. How creative can you be? Take a look at other people's submissions and you can really get into the groove with fellow creators because creating should be fun and it should be challenging, but most of all, it should be fun. And I really do enjoy using Kittl. Hope you found this video helpful. Here's another video on how you can supercharge your print-on-demand skills using the powers of Kittl.